Welcome to another episode of Music Therapy. I am John, your resident mental health therapist, and today we are listening to Nova Rockafeller's Dear Nova. Please be sure to leave the next song you want to see me react to in the comments below, and let's get right into it.
When I started, I had a heart full of fire, stomach full of hunger, scars from the liars. Got mad weed, but I can never find my lighter. They try to beat me down, but I am strong like a tiger. Smoke my bowls, broken and beautiful. See so much shit, no pharmaceuticals. Drunk in the sidewalk, city under my feet. Walk 100 blocks trying to figure out why I'm me.
Oh my gosh, her flow is unreal, and I love how she says broken but beautiful. There is an art in Japan where they put gold and they smelt the broken pieces together, and it actually becomes more valuable and stronger when you connect those broken parts together.
Me down, but I am strong like a tiger. Smoke my bowls, broken and beautiful. See so much shit, no pharmaceuticals. Drunk in the sidewalk, city under my feet. Walk 100 blocks trying to figure out why I'm me.
Ooh, I love the idea of no pharmaceuticals and still seeing cool shit and still living your best life. I think the hardest drug in the world to maintain is sobriety, because you have to deal with your emotions, your thoughts, your behaviors, and there's no excuse. You can't say, oh, I blacked out last night, I don't know what happened, I'm not responsible for my actions. Sobriety doesn't give you an excuse. You have to show up every day and be your best self. And it's the hardest drug, and I mean that in a way that says, like, if you want to be your best self, the best way to be yourself isn't through taking an eighth of mushrooms or, a tab of acid. It's by being sober and dealing with your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors and your relationships and your circumstances.
Pharmaceuticals, drunk in the sidewalk, city under my feet. Walk 100 blocks trying to figure out why I'm me. And I've been hurt, but that's mine like a secret. Somewhere in the shadow where you can't see it.
Oh yeah, like she's hurt, but she is wallowing and she is feeling it and ashamed and isolated to share it with anyone else. And I'm sure we've all been there. The hurt person stays silent and they isolate typically.
I will know the shit I've been through, and I'll probably never tell you the truth. I will keep the fucking pain to myself. I pretend I'm not a messenger cells. I'll keep the fucking rapes to myself and the hate for myself to myself like everybody else.
Wow, that's raw lyrics, really emotional. Like, being the survivor of sexual abuse or assault and keeping that internal is so hard. I've worked with many survivors of sexual and physical abuse, and it's just so unbearable to carry over time. And even if you try to hide it, it's gonna bubble up in terms of your behavior eventually.
Street so dark and the park looks bright. Jumping off swings, trying to reach new heights. Hitting bowls in the slides, counting stars in the skies. My reflection in the window, I get lost in my eyes. Look into the moments as they all coincide. Block time and I'm with myself on all the shitty nights. Sitting on a suitcase under city lights. Had to run away because it wasn't really right.
That is a fascinating philosophical point, that no matter like where you go, what you do, you're always with yourself. You always bring yourself with you to wherever you go. And I've worked with people who are highly avoidant and they want to see the world, but then they realize that they still are taking all their flaws, all their imperfections, all their traumas with them no matter where they go. And you can't outrun your past. You can distract yourself, and it's a great temporary solution, but it's not something that is sustainable in the long term.
The shitty nights, sitting on a suitcase under city lights. Had to run away because it wasn't really right. Took so many planes, met so many faces. Fell in love so often, broken all the same places. I could hear a voice, sounded like a boy.
Oh, there we go. Broken in all the same places. It's like if you break your arm and you go out to like lift weights or play basketball, like before you're fully healed, you're gonna re-aggravate, re-fracture that bone, and you're never gonna be able to heal. And that's kind of what it is psychologically as well.
Met so many faces, fell in love so often, broken all the same places. I could hear a voice, sounded like a boy. Drink cause they get louder when I'm wasted. And I laugh when my exes get stabbed, cause I'm a bad person. Fuck me. And he hits me up and I don't give a damn, cause I'm not that.
That's an interesting lyric too, that it gets louder when she's wasted. And of course we become more reckless and not caring about consequences when we are wasted. But usually like the inhibitions and the thoughts will typically go down, but maybe it's like her regrets are bubbling up, or I'm not sure what she means. If you understand that, drop it in the comments. Let's listen to that one more time.
Voice sounded like a boy. Drink 'cause it get louder when I'm wasted.
Drink 'cause it get louder when I'm wasted. Like, she wants to blow up, like self-destruct and self-sabotage her own life. And that makes sense because some people, their trauma cycle is self-sabotage. It's betraying yourself and your values. And there's no better, quicker way to mess up your life than go get hammered and make regrettable decisions with yourself and the people you care most about.
And I laugh when my exes get stabbed 'cause I'm a bad person. Fuck me.
Yeah, I don't think people who have a dark sense of humor are inherently bad. I think I think a lot of people in recovery have dark senses of humor because they kind of have to in order to endure all the things, the difficult times that they've been through. But she's not a bad person because you laugh at something. Definitely not.
And he hits me up and I don't give a damn 'cause I'm not that person who leaves. No, I was staying drowned. I want to be trapped under as it crumbles to the ground. Crooked is my crown, yelling.
Right here. I want to be trapped under as it crumbles to the ground. So she wants the world to fall on her. And this is absolutely what I see working with people who want to self-destruct. And if someone you love or care about, friends with, like, is on the path of self-destruction, you can't totally save them. You can't save anyone except for yourself. But you can paint them in the right direction. You can try to help them see the flaws in their ways, but you can't save someone who's on the path of self-destruction. And like, we see all these shows of like interventions where families come and they sit on a sofa and they look at you disappointingly, and we know that that's can work, but typically doesn't work. And especially if that person that's self-destructing isn't on the same page, you bet your ass it's not gonna work.
Fuck it, I'm down and throwing everything I reach. You left your shit and I covered it in bleach. I can tear apart the world that we created in a week, and I can fucking help it telling everyone I meet when.
Wow, she took their stuff and just covered it in bleach, like removing the scent, removing their odor, their spirit, their essence, and just completely purging them from their life. Wow. And just like chemically removing it. That's powerful.
Covered it in bleach. I can tear apart the world that we created in a week, and I can fucking help it telling everyone I meet when.
Yeah, that's fascinating too. Like, people who have this repetition compulsion for trauma and self-destruction, they have a great ability to just completely like compartmentalize a relationship, a part of their life, and just turn it off. And it doesn't help that she's drinking and drugging with it, but I think what she's getting at is saying, like, you're expendable to me. I don't need you. I need myself right now. And even if we've known each other 10 years, I am expecting this betrayal. I'm expecting this to fail, and I'll be okay if it does happen. And that's what happens is people who expect the trauma or people to leave them actually create the self-fulfilling prophecy where people actually leave them because they're expecting them to.
When I crawl up on the stage and throw my heart into your feet, I'm throwing everything I reach. I'm throwing everything I reach. Remember me, Betty with the mean right swinger, the one you wanna dine out but don't like dinner. Go catch you with a side home throwing appliance.
Oh, that's good wordplay. Dine now but don't like dinner. Ooh.
You didn't want a war, why'd you break the alliance? Breach, throwing everything I reach. Man, I covered hella shit in gasoline and bleach. I'll set fire to the sheets. I will fucking cut you until you're me.
This is getting intense. Let's go listen to this, how it escalates in terms of like aggression and violence here.
Didn't want a war, why'd you break the alliance? Breach, throwing everything I reach. Man, I covered hella shit in gasoline and bleach. I'll set fire to the sheets.
Wow, she covered hell in gasoline and bleach. That's fascinating. Like, the worst place in the world, she's burning it. She's taking it to a whole nother level. It's like the 7 pits of hell. It's like there are levels to hell, and depending who you are, you may not have the same level of hell as Nova here.
I'll fucking cut you until you're me. Dear Nova, if I could tell you shit, you'll forgive yourself for everything you did, every heart you broke, and every time you shattered, and how you do it all again like a pattern. One day you go to meetings, the pain will turn to laughter. They'll write you big checks and you think it doesn't matter. You just wanna rap and you know you'll go to hell and back to tell the world they're dying, and nobody wants to tell them that. But that's one day, that's one too many days away.
Wow, so yeah, I like what she's getting at here a little bit, because she's saying like how when she, like, the pain that you caused before your change in life is still relevant. Like all the hearts you broke, and it's important not to ruminate on that. She's kind of perseverating on it to a point where it's like a vendetta, which isn't healthy. But she's using that as fuel, it seems like.
Say you go to meetings, the pain will turn to laughter. They'll write you big checks and you think it doesn't matter. You just wanna rap and you know you'll go to hell and back to tell the world they're dying and nobody wants to tell them that. But that's one day, that's one too many days away. I know you wanna die, you barely make it through the day. And every single guy you fall in love with walks away, cause they don't have the same pain in them that makes you great. Dear Nova, I'm from another plane.
Wow, that's a deep lyric here.
Guy you fall in love with walks away, cause they don't have the same pain in them that makes you great.
Wow, like every guy you love eventually goes away because they don't have the same pain in them that makes you great. Wow, that's wrong.
Dear Nova, I'm from another plane. I know sometimes you hit me in your brain. When you dumb hot, think you were insane. I'm the person that you come to with your pain.
Yeah, she does seem like she's been through a lot and she has a tremendous amount of wisdom from her experiences. And her such deep lyrics. Like, holy smokes, this lady has crushed it. She has made an incredibly powerful song here. And I am so curious to listen to more of her songs. Is this the co-star in Tom McDonald's videos? I'm curious because she does look very, very similar. If they're like partners, if they're just co-artists, I would love to know. Please drop it in the comments. Thank you so much for listening and recommending this song. I really appreciate you, Randall. You are sending some fire song recommendations. But thank you so much for being here. Please like, subscribe, comment, drop the next song you want to see me react to in the comments below. And I'll catch you in the next music therapy video.